welcome you today to this great event that we're having. And this is a great opportunity today to meet our candidates for statewide office of the governor and lieutenant governor, and also to honor our great auditor general. This year our theme is the road to the governor's mansion. You know, the governor's mansion sets just a few miles from here, but these 8 candidates that are here with us today, they're going to be traveling thousands of miles between now and May, making their case to be our next governor. These candidates, as they travel throughout the state, are going to see a beautiful state, are going to see hardworking people, and are going to hear the problems. These people are our best and brightest, and we need one of them to rescue Pennsylvania from its darkest days. We need someone who will fight for our children, protect our senior citizens, honor our veterans, and help those in need. Our party is about quality public education, building a strong economy, protecting our communities and environment, and most important, fighting for the working class. So again, I welcome you here today. We are honored as the Penn Ag Democrats to host these outstanding candidates, and I want to thank everyone for coming today.
Please welcome our friend, the chairman of the Pennsylvania Democratic Party, Jim Byrne.
I watched the video Miracle over Christmas over and over and over again. I was on a high school hockey team when the USA defeated the Soviet Union. We were actually on a road trip in Nashua, New Hampshire that night, and we watched it in our head coach's room. And he pointed out all the talent on the Soviet hockey team and showed us how we all were lacking that talent on our hockey team. But it was a good night. You remember where you were, but the thing I'm trying to get to is this. Herb Brooks in his speech was a remarkable speech. He said, great moments come from great opportunities. I'm paraphrasing tremendously. But we have a tremendous opportunity here, and we must rise to greet it. We must rise to embrace it. We must rise to do the right thing, because the state is depending on us to get this right. The state is depending on us to do the right thing. The state is depending on us to have this conversation, to vet these awesome and blessed candidates. We have to make the choice after this conversation to lead this Commonwealth away from some of the most failed and abysmal and self-centered policies that this Commonwealth has ever seen in its history. Yes. This is a man who has walked away from his responsibilities to the many for the select few. And our folks here today are going to have a conversation with you. It begins today on moving this state back into the right direction. And we must remember that as we go through this process of a primary, it is the diversity of our remarkable Democratic Party that is what makes us strong. It is not what makes us weak. Because once this is done, I will invite all of these candidates to stand with me the Saturday after that primary in a show of unity, because the one common denominator that has brought us to this conversation today will still be standing there, and he will still be waiting for us in November, and he will have $20 to $30 million waiting for us, and that is Tom Corbett. So we must remember when we get through this that the fight is not over, and in fact the fight just begins. The debate ends on primary Tuesday, the fight begins the Wednesday after. Together in a fraternity of democratic fellowship for the best interests of all of our citizens in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we will rise up for this opportunity. We will rise up for this opportunity. We will rise up for this obligation. We will rise up to that commitment. We will get this right. We will send Tom Corbett packing, and we will put a Democrat in the governor's mansion that represents all of us. Thank you very much.
I don't know about you, but I love to listen to Jim Byrne talk.
Yes, yes.
Especially like that. Yes. Now I'd like to welcome to the microphone Lebanon County Commissioner Jo Ellen Litz.
Thank you, PJ. Well, if you don't know by now, I hail from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania, where I serve as a 4-term county commissioner. That means that I bring local government to the table. I also have a background in small business and conservation. In fact, I had some privileges to sit with Boyd Wolf on different committees. I served on the Farmland Preservation Board, both at the local level and the statewide level, and am proud to have had a little bit of a part in preserving over 4,500 farms on almost 500,000 acres in the state. I think that's pretty exciting, and I think Boyd deserves a lot of that credit, so thank you, Boyd. Well, what's my campaign about? It's about starting a conversation from our public structures, our roads and bridges, our water and sewer, our schools, and energy. You see, I believe that these are all essential because they all provide good-paying jobs. And those good-paying jobs are going to allow our people, our good citizens of this state, to be able to buy homes and cars and goods. That's going to jumpstart our economy. That's so important. I'd also like to mention that on the Marcellus Shale extraction tax issue, I believe we do need a tax. I believe it should be around 6%. That way we can fund things that, additionally our roads and bridges, but things like our emergency management services, which are really struggling because that dollar charge on the landlines is disappearing. I think that we should have our conservation districts back out inspecting the wells, which many are on farms that have conservation plans that need inspected anyway. It feels like we're doing double work on the same areas sometimes. There's much more about Marcellus, but we just have a short time today. So I'd like to move on a little bit and talk to you about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. And that is that we have so many incentives for new businesses to come to our area, and that's good because I said we need jobs. But we can't forget to pause and say thank you to all of the businesses who already are working here, doing business here, paying taxes here, supporting our local economies. So to that end, I'd like to pause and ask who in this room likes dark chocolate? Raise your hands. Don't be bashful, okay? And who likes milk chocolate? Now we're at the farm show, so it's okay because we're producing an agricultural product here. Almost every community I go to has a chocolate company of some sort, and it just is representative to me of all the businesses who are doing business in Pennsylvania. And to each and every one of you, I say thank you, and please carry on, because we're here to support you. And PJ, I'm going to put this in your hands. If you keep it, it's your business. If you want to give it away, that's up to you, okay? We're not going to put any pressure on you. But I'd like to close with this. As your governor, I will serve with honesty, integrity, and transparency. I believe in putting people above politics. That has been my motto from day one. I will win the primary and go on to defeat Corbett. There's no doubt in my mind. You can find out more about my campaign on my website, joellenlitz.com. And from there, you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, whatever you're into. I have a lot of those kinds of things. I even have an app for your phone these days. So thank you, one and all, for your kindness, for your support, and for honoring me to be able to speak to you today. God bless.
Thank you very much, Joellen. I'm going to keep a hold of that, because I love chocolate, so thank you very much.